How y'all doing, folks? Bishop Dope here, live in color. It's, I'm going through some crazy, crazy stuff here in Fort Worth, Texas. But like I said, I just started. Um, I guess it's just a completion of my ministries. Like I said, I know what I know. I know what I can do. I know who God is. I know what life's all about. I know that money and marriage are two of the most honorable things that a man can welcome into his life. But it seems like right now, um, like I said, I don't have any husband duties, but I am a soldier. I have a lot of citizen duties to fight for my country. And I see a lot of terrorists and like violent and evil minds around me, civilians that think they can take over my country. They can dictate authorities and dictate, how my country should be ran and the way things should be done. There's a lot of people out here that like talking to the police. They like telling on other people, even the ones that ain't doing nothing. I think that's the story. They like to tell on the innocent to keep themselves out of trouble because they're guilty of something. My sister used to do it. My mother did it. My uncle does it. And like all these people have taken over my life. My mom and my uncle are in my house. I pray to God that they're protecting it and not destroying it because my uncle's known to destroy houses and my mother's known to just be stupid, not very smart. My sister, well, she's the devil. She's the reason why I feel like I must fight now for my country, for what I believe in, for my God, for my beliefs, like I just said, for all my freedoms, my laws. Like I must fight to keep my laws safe. I must fight to keep my country safe. Like I said, we're 250 years of an American law system, American democracy, a republic. And a lot of people don't think that a democracy will ever work all over the world because they know how evil a democracy is, how divided people can get because of a democracy. And I'm like, well, America's been doing it for 250 years, and I mean, yeah, it's not perfect, and I mean, I know it's not working right now because we're not running it right. But I don't know, maybe that's just because I believe in America. The reason why I talk about our democracy, and I believe in our democracy, and I believe in the hope of a democracy. But like I said, if we're not running it right, and the rest of the world knows they don't need the democracy, but they do need people, Americans, a country. They need laws. They obviously need money because we have an IMF, which is an International Money Foundation. We have the IRS in America, just housed in here, which is the International Revenue Service. Both of these entities in two different countries, because the IMF is overseas, is stationed overseas, and the IRS is stationed in America for some reason. Both of these entities are international entities. The IRS is for taxes. The International Money Foundation is to make sure that we never go bankrupt as a government. We don't run out of money, either side. Why are we so divided? Why are we like this, world church? Who are we as a people? Who are we as a human race, humanity? Who are we as two civilizations? You got the Americas, and then you got what we like to deem Eurasia, Africa, the Pacific. Who are we? And so, like, look at my thumb. Last night, I cut my thumb because evil people and imposters. So the police started annoying me with their sirens. The people upstairs started making all kind of evil noises and shit, like they're worshiping devils, like they're doing pagan rituals or something like that. What is it, Ouija board, Omni boards or whatever? Like they're calling on demons, right? So I got so pissed off. I have this big ass. It's about, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's not a gallon, but it's like a pint, something like that, a liter or something like that. Salt or sugar. I mean, I keep my sugar in. It's just a little bitty thing like this. But I slammed it down. Ow, that hurt. I hit my thumb. And the motherfucker broke into pieces. It would have broke into pieces. It jammed a fucking piece of glass into my thumb. And like by the grace of God, it didn't hit the bone. I've always been known to stop evils. Too bad of evils from attacking me. Like I said, when I was younger, my mother kicked me out the house, and like I was so emotionally distressed, right? I was sad, I went depressed. Because like I said, I knew bad things would come from my mother without me. Later on in life, the house burned down. But like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have done drugs. I'm not chemically dependent to drugs, but I had to get a taste of the feel of drugs because, like I said, I want these drugs out of my country. And like, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Like I said, I've been undercover all my life. And like I said, I was born to be a soldier. And I mean, it's not bad. I don't think drugs are bad. I think abusing drugs and being addicted to drugs are bad. And so, like, what I say is I was abused by drugs. I didn't abuse drugs. So I say I was abused by drugs. I've never been addicted to drugs. But I have met people that are addicted to drugs and abuse drugs, which could possibly be the same thing. So like I said, I've done drugs and like, I don't know. Back then I was a very creative guy. I'm still a creative guy right now. I love life. I love being creative. I love new ideas and new thoughts. I love coming together in happiness with people and performing the good work. So I was carving my initials or my name or whatever into something like this with a big ass knife, right? And so I was sitting here and I was doing, I had the thing in my hand, I had a knife in my hand, but the knife slipped, right, when I was cutting. And the knife almost went into my hand, right here, bow. I was gonna be pierced like Jesus, right? I stopped it. Not today, Satan is what the boy said. Man, I almost stuck a knife clean through my hand on some drugs. Listen, last night I was so pissed off because of the devil, to tell you, the evil people and imposters, that I slammed a piece of a big ass jar of salt, sugar in the glass. I mean, there wasn't a lot of sugar in there because I don't think it would have broke if there was more sugar in there than that. But I slammed it, bow! And when I did it, it busted, right? And I felt the glass go into my hand and I stopped everything. I just shut it down. I said, don't keep pushing this shit to the ground because you just got a piece of glass just smashed into your thumb. So like, and that's probably a big ass piece of glass because there was a lot of big ass chunks of glass. And the big thing was heavy, but it busted. So like the glass cut me, but yeah, and it was bleeding like a mother flumper. Like I said, I'm dealing with concussion symptoms because somebody hit me in the back of the head in prison. Plus, I've already had concussion issues. Like I said, when I was a kid, I fell off somebody's roof. Right on my head, right? Went straight into a coma. And like I've had troubles with my sleep all my life, and I played football, hit the crown of my head more times than I wish. The same place where I hit the concrete when I fell off the roof. So like I said, I'm dealing with concussions and symptoms. I've been hitting my head. I've seen lights flashing in my head, all kind of shit. But like I said, I'm still here standing strong, and I am not living my life like I can't do something about these people. I just been living my life a long time. Like if I ever hurt somebody in the field of battle or in a hand-to-hand combat, then they're probably gonna try to punish me for it. And that's why I never did anything about it. I just let people roll right off my back. You can come here. I never back down from a fight, but I never start them. And I'm always gonna be the one here to punish people. I'm a father, ladies and gentlemen. And America doesn't like fathers. America doesn't like being punished, especially these kids, especially these evil people and these imposters. They don't want to be punished because they don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. That's the libertarian issues we have in this country. They don't like capitals. They don't like punishment. They don't like laws. They don't want to abide by them. They don't want to follow through with laws. They don't want to follow through what they're supposed to do. And so, like, now we have all these incompetent, uneducated people taking over our country, whether it's our workforce, our debaucheries like Social Security and hospitals. These people will malpractice you until the point that they kill you. And they don't want to even care. They don't want to be punished. They don't care. They've done that to my family already. They've malpracticed some of my family members until they've died. And they don't even care. We just another black man to them. We just black people to them. We ain't nobody special. And my God, he teaches me how to refuse that kind of thinking and that behavior. In America, we have the right to refuse anything as long as it's not discrimination. As long as you're not discriminating, you have the right to refuse anything. So I refuse racism, Aryanhood. I refuse discrimination. I refuse hate crimes. I refuse people trying to cheat me or scam me. I refuse them. Like, yeah, and I know I've lost some money, but these people don't go very far with me because I'm always refusing, their worst treatment. Because I know some of these people like to lie, cheat, and steal for money. Some of these people like to money launder. They like high crime. Some of them like treason, tyranny. Some people even like to get so many goddamn misdemeanors. You start to figure out what the fuck is the misdemeanor thing about? These people got like 17 fucking misdemeanors because they won't stop shooting porn. which is illegal. And they still keep doing it. And all we throwing them at is misdemeanors. They got 17 counts of misdemeanors for shooting porn. And we don't know how to judge them because they're rich. Like Michael Vick. I don't even think they knew how to judge Michael Vick. The man was in one of the most violent dogfighting rings known to mankind, right? 5 years is what they gave him. And his attorney said, Your Honor, that is too much time. We're going to work on some good time. You was in one of the most violent dogfighting rings on the planet, and they gave you 5 years, and you didn't even want to do that much time. You're supposed to get 5 years for telling lies to a judge and bribery. Those are 5-year charges. Violent offenses should carry 25 to L, promise you that. And if we're not doing that, then somebody like God is going to end up getting mad because, like, let's just take this in consideration. I don't know God like that. His ways and his thoughts are higher than my thoughts. So I don't know what he's thinking about this place because, like I said, Jesus was crucified by a Roman government that thought they knew how to capitally punish somebody. And it pissed God off to the point. He already seen what they were doing before Jesus was born, because after the book of Malachi, which it doesn't really matter to me, he said there was silence. God didn't speak to these people anymore. He sat there and watched what they were doing and how they built an empire without him, which was the Roman Empire. They didn't even want to know God. They didn't want nothing to do with God or his laws. So when he saw that they were starting to do evil, like figuring out how to try people and punish them according to laws that they thought they knew how to establish, because Moses wrote these laws, he got mad and he brought Jesus to us. What did they do? They killed Jesus. Now, the best thing I can tell you is the moral of the story is we don't need people telling us how to live our lives and how to follow and obey laws. We don't need people to judge us. We don't need people to tell us how to do what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do. Shit, I'm under the impression I don't even need somebody when I go into a grocery store to buy food to sit there and ask me, do you need help? What you here to buy? Do you got enough money to buy that? That bullshit? No, fuck that shit. Don't come up to me saying shit to me. I mean, like if I steal from you, that's another thing. But just because I'm in here shopping, you ask me if I have enough money to buy something. What you here to buy? You need help? You need this? You need that? No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't got to put up with that shit. We live in a society. We live in a society that loves to discriminate on people and break laws. And I'm not sure why. Because Jesus came, when he came into this world, he came in to establish laws because he already knew who they were. He already knew that these scribes and these Pharisees were the biggest evil people he had ever met. And these scribes and these Pharisees were the leaders of the law system of his time. So God sent Jesus to preach a good message, to preach a good work, good news to these people. And they still crucify him for it. They still punished him according to their laws, an innocent man. And so we live in the same kind of world. And he told me that in those days, you know, after he left and came back, and everybody thought that was the second coming of Jesus Christ. Some people don't even believe that Jesus Christ has ever been a part of us. But he told me back in those days that he will return again to set people free yet again. But he told me that this time he would establish peace. And it would be peace everlasting, and it would sweep through all the lands on 2 different continents, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, however many continents we got, 2 different bodies of massive land. It would sweep through the entire world. Peace. And I go over it and over it and over it again, and I tell people that the only way we can have peace is through war, and this war has got to end all war. And it's got to be the end of weapons of mass destruction, people. We cannot feel like weapons of mass destruction is how we deal with problems with each other. We cannot feel like calling the police on somebody, which are violent, dirty cops, is how we solve problems with each other. And we damn sure shouldn't feel like hatred, hate one another, trying to kill each other, is how we solve problems with each other. It's not the clue. It's not the case, B. I swear to God. Trying to kill each other, competing with each other, trying to make another person look bad because, you know, they not you, they not like you. Trying to make people feel like, well, such and such better than such and such because, you know, the car they drive, the house they got, the money they got, they better than somebody else. That's not how we do it. That's not how this country or this world is supposed to be built, B. We are all people. We all deserve a fair shot at life. We all deserve a chance. We all deserve a chance. We all deserve something. Don't just give us stones when we asking for bread. Don't just give us a snake when we asking for a good gift, a cobra or a viper, something that's going to kill us. We all deserve a chance. So listen, we're here in this year. This year is America's 250th birthday. It's 2026. They built this nation with its laws and its powers in 1776. And there's always been a rebellion. There's always been a confederation. There's always been rebellion. There's always been people that oppose God. That's why we say God bless America. That's what we say in our Money in God We Trust. Because there's always been people opposing God the entire time. Shit, Cain opposed God when he killed Abel. Shit, Adam and Eve fell to the opposition of God when they ate from the forbidden tree from the devil. There's always been forces opposing God. That's why he called it the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He called the other one the tree of life. There's always people opposing God's authority. This LGBTQ stuff is about people trying to oppose God's authority. And I'm here saying it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Listen, I'm here saying it loud though. These people are opposing God's authority. Do I hate them? I don't hate them. I hate the spirit of disobedience. I hate the fact that they're trying to kill me because I want to be a good father. You know, raise a good son. Maybe he can grow up, love a woman one day, have children himself, get married, you know, like America's supposed to be. Listen, we have so many broken relationships with God. We have broken marriages, people. We have people that get married and get divorced just as fast. And God tells us that these divorces are violent because some of these men don't want to let go. Some of these women don't want to let go. These custody battles can be extremely just bad news, abusive, bad news. They can be extremely aggressive because these kids, they don't want to live in a broken home. They don't want to be separated from their parents. Some of them don't care. Some of them got consensual sex rights already all their life. I had more responsibility than I ever should have had as a child. I had to teach myself everything, how to walk, how to talk, how to count, how to read. I had to raise another child. That wasn't mine. I've had a lot of responsibility. And then like as I got older, like I'm writing a little memoir on my phone. I'm gonna put it out, but like I said, everybody knows who I am. So I mean, it's just gonna be, when they read it, it's just gonna be like, well, we already knew this stuff was in here, in him. What I'm thinking about is life after this stuff. Cause I know God, like I said, I got a gift, right? And like I think I got telepathic energy or something like that. I don't know. They say Jesus could read minds. I think I got a lot of telepathic energy. I don't think I'm reading minds, but I think I'm doing something else. Jesus read minds. They say in the book that, you know, when the Last Supper came, let's just talk about it. When the Last Supper came, Jesus sat down, he talked to his disciples, and he told them exactly how something would go down. He told them where to go. He told them who to find. He told them what he would look like, what he was doing. He told them where to meet him at, Jesus, because Jesus was going to show up a little later. He told them what to cook, everything. And he explained it to the T, and when they went and did it, they did it exactly how Jesus had said it. So basically, Jesus made that man show up. He obeyed. He made his disciples do what he said. They obeyed. Jesus had never even met the man, but he knew what he looked like. He knew it was going to carry. So Jesus was the weirdest joke I ever found. He had so many great gifts and so many great power, so much great power, that when he died, he was crucified. The man sat there and cried, wept all night and prayed all night that they didn't do that to him because he was a good man. He didn't need to die. He didn't deserve to die. He hadn't done anything wrong to anybody. He just wanted to help and heal people. And they put him on a cross and crucified him and made fun of him for it, mocked him. And what's the Bible say? God cannot be mocked. But they did that to Jesus. And then what happened? The whole goddamn Roman Empire collapsed. It was destroyed because of Jesus. And I mean, yeah, it didn't happen right away. But they knew that after they did that, they had to get real bad. They had to get real wicked. They had to get terrible because they, number one, they killed somebody they weren't supposed to kill. And number two, he didn't just die. The tomb was rolled away. The stone was rolled away from the tomb. The man got up. He walked out the tomb. His disciples still believed in him. His family still believed in him. People still believed in him. And if that was the case, that they killed a man trying to stop what he was, stop his religion, stop his belief, stop his church from growing, they failed miserably because it didn't stop anything. He kept doing and being who God called him to be. That's why God allowed him to die. So basically, after the crucifixion of Christ, we had the church movements. The people are still holding on to those things back there because they understand. I don't know if people understand or not, but I understand exactly what's happening around me and what's happening in my government and what's happening in my world. I know what God's doing up there in his heaven. I know what Jesus is down here trying to accomplish, and I know what we as people with the Holy Spirit in us are trying to get through to people, what we are trying to do for people that don't care about us, don't care about our laws, don't care about who we're here to represent. We're here to represent the laws. We're here to represent God. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of evil people in this world and impersonators claiming to be, you know, authority figures, but ain't really authority figures. They're evil. They're just in it for the moolah. Hey, damn. It must be about the money. My stuff ain't never about the money. I've never made my work or anything I do good about the money because the love of money is the root of evil. If you're in it for the money, you will never accomplish anything good because the love of money is the root of evil. I never make it about money. I never make it about money. I always make it about something else. I make it about God. I'll make it about myself before I make it about money. But I'm never going to make shit about money. I just don't work like that. And like, just because of that, they feel like I don't deserve money. I don't need money because I don't love money. Without money, I cannot survive. Without money, I cannot be king. And without money, I cannot do the most honorable thing that God told me to do. Without marriage, I can't be an honorable father like God wants me to be. Now, whatever that means to these whores out here that just like to fuck, long dick, fuck men that don't give a fuck about marriage or positive relationships or honor, that's not on me. I'm not out here trying to sleep with a hoe. I'm not out here trying to marry a whore. That would just be stupid. I'm looking for a woman to match this man. It ain't gonna be easy, because this man's at war. He's at war in his country, he's at war with women, and this man wants peace. Real talk, that's all I'm asking for. I know I'm not ugly, and I damn sure not stupid, but people wanna make me look stupid. People wanna make me look ugly. They wanna make people believe that it's not worth it. I'm not worth it, life ain't worth it. Time with me ain't worth it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, money for me, not worth it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why I believe that I live in a wasteful system, a wasteland system. We waste laws, we waste money, we waste relationships, we waste time, we waste authorities, we waste lives. That's why we call them civilian casualties in America. Listen, I'd like to start this next stage, this next chapter, this video blog, and it's just sent to myself. This is not my fault. It's never been my fault. It's not my fault I was born black in America. It's not my fault I believe in laws in this country. It's not my fault that I'm an honorable human being. It's not my fault I'm one of the smartest minds on the planet, but I'm still treated like I ain't shit. It's not my fault I want a bar. It's not my fault I want to be a private detective. It's not my fault that I want to live happily ever after this. It's not my fault that I believe in life and liberty. It's not my fault. Just because we don't believe in the same things, just because we don't live the same way, some of these people are pagan. They like get off on worshiping devils and demons. And libertarians get off on breaking laws and treating us like capitals don't matter. Punishment don't matter, capitals don't matter. Laws deserve to be broken is what libertarians think. And people deserve to lie, cheat, and steal for money. That's what they want. And some of these people deserve to believe that kids are just like us. They're the same as us. Kids are the same as us, except we're much maturer than they are, or older. And that's the problem. A lot of people don't have maturity in their head. They're immature in their mind. They might be like mature in their bodies. They could be 21 or 18 or over, 21 or over, because those are the two maturity laws. 18 and over makes you able to live outside your parents' custody and to call yourself an adult. 21 and over makes you an actual adult. You can drink, you can smoke, things like that. If you're not mature up here, you're not gonna be able to handle that stuff. And I already see people chemically dependent because they're not very mature in their minds. They rely on chemicals to make them happy. They rely on chemicals to bring them closure and peace, to shut off whatever's wrong in their head. And we used to feel like pharmaceuticals were the way to help them. These people have gone out and gone to street pharmaceuticals. They smoked out drugs, whether it's meth, fentanyl, or marijuana. They smoked out crack cocaine, heroin. They all smoked out instead of taking the pharmaceuticals that people like to prescribe at hospitals. They go to the street pharmaceutical scene and they get their street drugs because it's way better feeling than these doctors prescribe. And like, I'm serious, these doctors have prescribed opioids to people that made people addicted to opioids. I don't understand that. Just like people smoke marijuana so much that they're addicted to marijuana. I don't understand that. They drink so much that they're alcoholics or alcoholisms are at the forefront in their lives. I don't understand that. We just live in a society with broken people, broken homes, broken hearts, broken people, broken relationships, and we're all lost. And we're all trying to find a destination, somewhere to go, somewhere to be. There's a lot of homeless people in this country. And like, I didn't know it was this bad until I came to Texas. Boy, these homeless people in Texas are something else, man. They stink, they ain't bathing forever. They fuck on these streets. They sleep on these streets. And I'm trying to figure out what keeps them safe, health and safety. What keeps these homeless people? Maybe it's just because people don't care. You got all these rich people around me. They're so fucking conceited, so fucking self-conscious that all they care about is their own money. And I mean, yes, very few people try to help these homeless people on the streets because they know that when these people get on these streets, they get in a phase in their mind, they get somewhere in their mind where they don't want to be helped. So they give up on themselves. And they give up on life, and they give up on things needed to survive. So that's why they treat themselves like this. They fuck in the streets, they walk around stanky, homeless, depressed, sad, no real connection to any emotional love life or any emotional life whatsoever. And some of these people birth kids in an environment like that. I see pregnant women homeless all the time. I see fathers with homeless kids, homeless dogs. It's the saddest goddamn thing I've ever seen. America is a mess. And I mean, we used to post laws up and say, well, this is illegal, that's illegal. And they say you get prosecuted. Just like pornography is supposed to be illegal. They're supposed to be able to get prosecuted for pornography. Selling sex. And I mean, I'm not against selling sex. What I'm against is how you sell sex. Because like I said, I need prophylactics. I'm never going to not need prophylactics. That's not a bad thing. I need, some cases I'm going to need lubrications. That's not a bad thing either. I should be able to buy them at a fucking pharmacy. You should be able to buy prophylactics and lubrications at pharmacies because they keep you from getting STDs and getting pregnant when you don't want to get pregnant. So those are not the problem. The problem is people getting rich off of actual sexual acts. It's called misconduct. And it goes in all forms of misconduct. Penis, vaginal, and anal. All misconduct. What I'm doing should not be illegal because all I want to do is protect myself from getting pregnant and getting STDs. Lubrication and prophylactics, condoms. But we live in a society where people have gotten rich off of vaginal, penile, and anal activity. Getting rich off that shit. intercourse in those three forms. That's fucking crazy. And America doesn't care. Police officers don't care. I mean, why should we? Because we allow our kids to watch this shit. And they grow up thinking they got consensual sex rights. The teachers show them this shit. Nobody teaches them anything right. And I mean, I guess we're all just going to get along until it's all over now. Because this shit's going to kill me. I promise you that. This shit's going to kill me, or I'm going to get my health care like I'm supposed to, and I'm going to be set free, and I'm coming at this shit like fire from the sky. I'm the Punisher, right? I'm the father, right? I'm not going to let these kids get away with committing sexual acts way before they're supposed to. I'm not trying to let people get away with getting rich off of fucking. Real talk. I'm not trying to let people get away with getting rich off of fucking, man. There's a lot of money still left out there, man. Y'all, that's a crime. You committed a crime making money, a lot of money. At first, it was just a misdemeanor. I think after a while, after you make so much money, it should be looked at like this could be a death penalty problem. This could be death penalty problems, man. You're getting rich as fuck off of selling sex. OnlyFans. Them niggas is something else. OnlyFans. Boy. My God, that's some crazy shit on that shit. I even had to look into that shit. What the fuck is this? You know, because personally, I think God has kept me away from being married for so long because he wanted me to look into all this sexual misconduct or this sexual conduct in this world. It's over there too, over in overseas and shit. OnlyFans, some OnlyFans. That's where it came from. It came from Britain. Britain created OnlyFans. It's like a LLC. I'm just gonna take a moment of silence. I'm talking too much. And like I hear my I don't know what I hear. Like I said, I hear things and I see things. And when I was a kid, I used to have dreams. And as a man, I've had visions. They want to give me medication because of those shits, because they say they're hallucinations, which means delusions, hallucinations, which means they're not real, right? That's what the hallucinations and the delusions mean. It's not real. That's why they call people paranoid schizophrenics, because they're affected by shit that's not real, right? And they'll jump off the Richter scale with shit that's not real, and they'll do something violent or stupid. I've dealt with people like that all my life. They got another thing that's a big deal in my psychological world, the world of psychology and sociology and stuff. Number one is people being affected by shit that's not real. And the second thing is people being pathological liars. Fantasies and make-believe. Because fantasies are legitimately things that aren't real. It's a delusion. And make-believe, well, make-believe is pathological lying. Does it matter anymore? Nothing really matters to me but the truth and righteousness in God. I'm too mature. I'm too old to be dealing with stupid shit and stupid people. Swear to God. You believe in other things I don't believe in. You believe in fantasy and make-believe. You're trying to get me to believe in all that fantasy and make-believe. It's all news. It's yesterday's news. I'm 42 years old, y'all. I'm the most maturest I've ever been in my life. Fuck what shape my body's in, because I see some motherfucking Goliaths, big ass, muscle bound, fucking pieces of shit that can barely turn to keep somebody out their asshole. Fuck white ass. These niggas can barely turn around and stop a motherfucker trying to fuck the shit out of them in their booty. Another dude. Some big ass gay dudes. They big as fuck, man. Do I care? Fuck nah. Because that shit is just a fantasy and it's just a make-believe. They think them muscles make them a good man or an important person because how big they are, how much they can put on the rack. But without this, without a strong, sound mind, you're not gonna make it. They think that money makes them important, how big their bank account is. Without a sound mind, without honor, without any integrity or professionalism or strength in you, you're not gonna make it. You're just gonna be another joke on yesterday's news, B. Like a wet fart. Like a pass out. Because that shit there don't mean nothing to me, man. know what does though? Wisdom. Godly edification. And a lot of people don't believe in God. They think he's a byproduct. Taylor Swift said he's a woman. She's so cute, child. She cracks me up. Little bitty Taylor Swift, baby. Little thing. Say God is a woman. She's so crazy. I think she's gonna have Travis Kelce's baby one. Stop. All right. Some weird ass bullshit kept popping up on my little thing. But it's cool. Everything's all cool, man. I don't get worried about shit. And I don't get bent out of shape like some of these people do. I'm always happy, man. I'm always put my best foot. Let's say no touch 2 foot forward because I don't think you got 2 left feet. I always put my best. I always put my best foot forward, and I always do what a man's got to do in this world. And like I'm always thinking about wisdom. The Bible says wisdom of her. Cause like the older I got, the more I realized there's not a lot of women that can handle a man like me. Some of these women want to be a man like me. Real talk, man. There's not a lot of women that can handle a man like me. It's the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever seen. Some of these women want to be a man like me. For real. And some of these women want to be a man. There's not a lot of women that can handle this. I'm smart as fuck. You know, I'm a good father. I'm a good man. I don't think I'm ugly, but I know I'm not, you know. I'm handsome. That's what I like to call myself. Not sexy. I'm a real dude. I'm handsome. But like I said, man, God gave me power. He made me a Green Beret, is what I'm thinking. And like, ninjas taught me how to use self-defense and hand-to-hand combat. That's why when my pistol's gone, when my bullets run out, I still got a chance, a fighting chance. I like hand-to-hand combat. I like self-defense. And then I realized, I used to think that I was the bad guy. I realized, if somebody getting violent with me, the last thing I'm supposed to do is let a violent motherfucker beat on me. My family talked to me about that too before I came down here. Said, if this motherfucker's violent and wants to fight you and beat you up, you just gonna sit there and let him do it? I said, I don't know yet. I gotta get some more information. I gotta go to the law books and figure out what to do about that. This motherfucker, I read something the other day. They said, dude, if this man is violent and wants to fight you, get physical with you, he's the violent aggressor, get physical with that nigga. I'm sorry, don't say get physical with you. If the man's violent, wants to get violent with you, beat you up, because I've seen a lot of violent fights, right? A bunch of violent people fighting. Get physical with these motherfuckers. Use your self-defense. Use your hand-to-hand combat. Don't let a violent threat make you scared, make you feel like they can take you, because you know they can't already. No, you get physical with these motherfuckers, and you just make that disoperable. That violence is not an option. You make it disoperable. Your violence can't win, B. Don't attack me with violence. You come at me right, or you gonna get hurt, boy. I read something. Said, get physically whoop that nigga ass. Just make his whole shit just shatter right there. You going down for being violent. Man, ain't nobody taking shit from no violent bullies. Especially in 2026, man, America is changing every day. I heard Donald Trump say something to somebody. Not just say something. That nigga scrapped up with some boxing glove. It wasn't real, but I'm like, God damn it, the president throwing hands. It was the craziest goddamn thing I'd ever seen. That was back when I was at Schneider. I was like, damn, that shit crazy as hell. Now I'm just in it right now with the country. All these libertarians and terrorists in my country. I'm just in it with them. So I'm standing my ground. That's the Texas law now. I'm being hate crime. They got a hate crime act. That's against Texas law to hate crime somebody when they hate crime act. Listen, they got a disability act. They don't want to help me, you know, get out of this disability state because some people think that disability is the permanent thing. And I mean, it can be if you don't fix it. I mean, my disability can stay being a disability, but if I can be healed, why not heal me, man? And even if you do heal me, like I said, I'm going to have a rod in this shoulder, which is going to be disabled. I'm going to have scars on this shoulder because my labrum is tearing. My neck severed up here, and I think I broke my lower back. but I'm still walking this shit and able to do what I got to do. My fucking ankle's all fucked up. I got so much structural damage to my ankle. I think I tore a labrum and everything else in that motherfucker except my Achilles. Listen, my left one, I just injured my left one when the snowstorm came in Texas. I got $4 out of it. I walked off the curb and the grass was sunk. Like, that motherfucker said, pop. I said, ah, shit. I hit the deck, right? That motherfucker screaming and shit like Pat Mahomes when he twisted his knee. And it was all shit wrong. My left one's fucked up too now. My right one's been fucked up since I was about 18 years old. And I mean, just recently, just past, 24, 23, something like that. I was delivering pizzas and I stepped into somebody's pothole in their driveway. That son of a bitch made the worst noise I've ever heard in my life. And I couldn't walk on that motherfucker. Did I care? Ain't no point in caring. These people don't care. These libertarians, these, what do you call them, Aryans, these Haitians, Aryans, all these people are illegals, right? They all do things illegal. That's why they have special names. Libertarians, Haitians, Aryans, they're all criminals. I don't even like people openly expressing libertarianisms because that makes you a criminal. Well, you got the Confederate flag or a swastika on your body, and I don't know what this Haitian shit's about. I don't even know what the fucking Haitian symbol even looks like. But I know they're no good. Maybe it's just excessively smoking marijuana. Haitians love smoking more. They love smoking drugs. And there's witch doctors out here. They're women. They're voodoo witch doctors out here. I think I fell into voodoo curse a long time ago. I went to New Orleans when I was a kid. And I had such a big ass impression on New Orleans. That guy had flooded New Orleans. And I think somebody voodoo cursed me in New Orleans. I ate something. But I think I was hit with a voodoo curse. It's fine because I was just cursed again by another Haitian. I think she tried to lift the curse, but it didn't work very well because I'm still fucking cursed. You had to get in touch with the Haitians again. So how the fuck do I get a voodoo witch curse off my body, goddammit? I need to be healed. I need my gun rights back, and I need to shoot the shit out of anybody that's a criminal, man. I'm a private detective. Like, I know there's people out here that want to see people live, but criminals do not deserve to be criminals forever. I hate crime in this country, man. I do. I hate crime in this country. I don't hate crime in this country. I hate crime. There's two different things. It's the English language. You'll never understand it. There's a hate crime, and I hate crime. Hate crime. There's a hate crime act, and I hate crime. I hate criminals, B. I hate people that like breaking laws. Say it like that. I hate motherfuckers that love breaking laws. That shit pisses me the fuck off. I met a judge that was involved in breaking laws. I said, man, goddamn, they turned the mics off so they could break laws in the courtroom. I said, this is fucking ridiculous, man. I'm a lawful human being. Why the fuck am I being treated with criminals, by criminals? Why the fuck am I not allowed to be who God called me to be? Why the fuck am I not allowed to do what God's called me to do? He said, wake up, Mr. Bird. You are doing what God has called you to do. You are being what God has called you to be. Why? Because he said you are a soldier. There's only one reason. There's only one reason why I have to be affiliated with ninjas. There's only one reason why I have to openly express being a Green Beret and not even connected to this fake-ass criminalistic military we got in this country. Why they frown upon militias, well-regulated. Why they created so many goddamn guns. This nation is like, I don't know, man. We're gun worshippers. Why the fuck do we worship guns? Like, what are they going to do for you? We worship weapons of mass destruction. That's stupid. That is so fucking incompetent. These weapons of mass destruction are not supposed to be owned by us, number one. They're not supposed to be for us to worship. Only during martial law, only in times of great need will they allow us to own guns because they know what they can do to us. We're going to kill each other. And that's what they want us to do, goddammit. They want us to kill each other. I swear to God. That's why they gave us all these damn guns. Our gun laws, unoperable. Our laws in this country already are disoperable. And I'm like, this is not an America for the people. This is America for broken laws. This is America for the laws. Listen, we're either going to have to get our laws back and stop all this terrorism and libertarianism and all these criminals from destroying our country and the world, or we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going down this road until it happens. Which is, I'm completely content with either way. Like, we are going to have to get our laws back and make America for the people again and make this a safe place and the world a safe place, or we will destroy ourselves with weapons of mass destruction. It's only going to take y'all to shoot one person the wrong way, and it's going to shut down this entire planet. And I mean, y'all love murder. Jesse Jackson loved it. The people Malcolm X was affiliated loved murder. The president of the United States, he was affiliated with people that love murder. Abe Lincoln was affiliated with people that love murder. The Bible tells me this shit. These people have murder in their hearts. I'm affected, not affiliated. I'm affected by people that love murder. Because God tells me don't affiliate with these murderers. Don't affiliate with people that love murder. It's just gonna get you murdered. Why do you think I don't join police departments? Why do you think I didn't join the military? I don't affiliate. Why do you think I'm not really like a big ass advocate about the civil rights movement? I'm more worried about my own civil rights than I am about everybody else's civil rights. My civil rights come before anybody else's civil rights. These are my civil duties. These are my civil liberties. Do I give a fuck about who else got civil liberties and civil duties, civil liberties? Nah, hell nah. This is about me now. It's not about anybody else. God damn it. I'm in this for me. If I affiliate with somebody, I'm going to get shot in my back, or stabbed in the back by a knife, or hit in the back of the head with a punch. Look, y'all got me here affiliated with the wrong motherfuckers. I don't even like these sons of bitches. What the fuck's going on in here? Y'all got to get me the fuck up out of here. Listen, man, I spent way too much time with the people in the in the prison system in Texas. When I got out, I started fucking feeling like I was a Texan. I started feeling like I was a Texan. I feel like I could like actually survive here and make it. But I did even greater than that. I thought I could actually survive here and make it. I did even greater than that. So a part of me died in Texas because I realized what had happened. I realized that this hate crime act was birthed for me. This disability act, this hate crime act, the prison rape act, all this shit was created for me. All these laws, all these acts, Civil Rights Act, the Gay Marriage Act, that legalized LGBTQ communities, all this shit was created for me. There is a line that shouldn't be crossed. And that line is the line of the law. That we can go about it like they did with Jesus, and we can fuck everything up. But it's cool because God made a better way for Jesus. God tells me every day, these niggas kill you, they're going to destroy the planet. Y'all destroyed the church back there. That's fine because God established a better church. They're going to destroy the planet, and this is fine because God's going to establish a better home for somebody like me. Just like I tell you, Jesus told these boys, when I leave, I'm going to leave you with the Holy Spirit. Use it. Just like right now. God's going to establish a better home for me, whether I live or die. If I die on this planet like this, God is going to watch us destroy this planet. If I live outside of the ramifications of what y'all like to call the unnatural, if I live outside the ramifications of y'all's unnatural, and I live inside the ramifications of God's supernatural and his natural abilities, if I believe in the impossibles, because with man, it's impossible. But with God, all things are possible. So if I stop believing in the impossibles of man and I start believing in the impossibles of God, I know that God can turn something that was originally called impossible, like HIV epidemic, into something that can be possible, like nearly undetectable, HIV. That was the epidemic. That shit was going to destroy us all if we didn't snip that in the butt. You know how many people Eazy-E had sex with back there before they realized that nigga had HIV? You know how many people probably are taking HIV medication right now to make it undetectable? you know how many people are going to have to die? Because they like breaking laws. Because of me. I am the law. My name means law. Derek. My last name now means king. I'm leaving Bird behind because Bird brought a lot of evil and criminalistic behaviors into my life. Not by me, but by other people. They thought I was weak because my father was weak. They thought my father was weak. My mother treated my father like he was weak. My grandfather and my grandmother taught me how to survive, y'all. My mother and my father gave me the abilities to live a life. My grandparents taught me how to make it. How to make a life out of nothing. How to be a self-made billionaire one day. Fuck this self-made millionaire shit. That's yesterday's news. Shit, I was already supposed to be a self-made millionaire right after high school. Shit, I was supposed to sign somebody's contract and get so much goddamn money, it was gonna rain money on me, man. I was a great fucking athlete back there, but I had shitty teachers, B. I was a great fucking man back there, but none of the women knew how to deal with me. I had shitty teachers and had even dumber women in my life. Some of these bitches didn't even know what the fuck they were doing with their own lives, let alone with a man in their life. Sorry, ladies. So what it looks like is as time changed, our parents got lazy. And they started making us go to school and believing that only the teachers could teach us why they worked so hard. And we missed the values of life. We forgot about the little things. Like spending time together. Love, joy, peace, grace, mercy. Being a family. Being friendly. Non-discriminations. Nope. We wanted to discriminate. To almost the point it destroyed us. But I always stay ahead of the curve. He tells me that Satan is peeking around every curve, willing to, and ready to sift as wheat. He says Satan is so bad that he pretends to be a lion. And he's the king. And yet again, he wants to sift you as wheat. But God gave me the abilities to foresee danger and to foresee evil. He says a pardoned man foresees danger. He foresees evil. And what's he say? He sheds himself of it. He releases himself, a good man, a pardoned man, releases himself from evils so that he can live. He sheds himself of evil. He also talks about purging evil. He talks about purging evil. He talks about shedding yourself from danger and evil. He talks about the enemy that is attacking is already dead. That's why he attacks, because he has no victory. Death has no victory. Evil has no victory. The only victory is in life, and that is found in Jesus Christ. He even goes forward as to tell me to live is for Christ, and to die is a gain. He goes farther into telling me, you have to die for me every day because you live for me every day. And you die to gain new life every day. Every day I wake up, I have new life in me, in Christ. Every day I go to sleep at night, I die to that old man. Those evils that were left in the yesterday, I die to those. And I sleep, and I rejuvenate my body, and I rejuvenate my mind, and I rejuvenate my spirit, and I wake up a new man in a new day. And he says, on a dime, things can change. On a dime, my whole life can just go from nothing to something. I'm a self-made, I perceive one day a billionaire, but I got to do that myself. Ain't nobody going to help me. My parents ain't leave me with nothing like they leave everybody else. Some of these people, parents leave them a lot of money. They can buy all that kind of nice cars and raise beautiful babies and give them houses and shit because their parents left them money. I'm a self-made, but I like to perceive one day, billionaire. That's basically what I'm thinking. And I'm like, if I believe it, I can achieve it because I've already seen my first million come in. It's already here. God tells me it's already mine. My first million, 1.3. I already see it. I'm going to turn that 1.3 into a billion. Want to do it? Of course he will, because I love him. I'm not a stupid guy, B, and I know what to do. I know how to build. I love wood. I love metal. I love machining. I love welding. I love blueprints. I love electricity. Like, I'm not Nikola Tesla, but I am a man. I love Aristotle's philosophies and beliefs. I love Shakespeare. I love like classical music, all that stuff that's good for your mind, blues, jazz. Look, I want to learn how to play piano better than I used to. I like instruments, music. All this stuff is because God gave me the gifts. He let me know what it takes. I want to be a great father. I want to be a great man, not just for my family, but to the world around me. I want to help people, poor, sick people, all kinds of people, not for money, because I want to. I'm preaching the word right now. I already started that. So you already know you ain't good there. I'm already Bishop Duke. I'm sorry, Bishop Duke. I'm not gonna change that. Y'all not taking that title with me. You can kill me in that title. And I'm already the greatest soldier that God had ever created. One man. And that's all I'm ever gonna be. Just one man. I see something, I see the movement. I see the end of something, an era. And I see the start of a fresh newness, a new era, a new America, a new legal system, a new justice system, a new way of living, where we do not have to have people tell us how to live our lives. We don't have to have people tell us what to do. They continue giving us shitty legal advice, and they're not even supposed to be giving us shitty legal advice. They're supposed to be establishing judicial pardons all throughout the communities, all over America. Judicial pardons, not legal advice. These fuckers give us legal advice. They get us killed. They give us legal advice to let fucking sinners and rapists and murderers and thieves go free from our criminal justice system. Kind of legal advice. They give us legal advice to tell us to lie to people about who we are and what we're doing. And they do not give a fuck about our judicial pardons. Why? Why is the system built like this? Listen, I've been on the mic for an hour. I'm going to turn it off. I got 3 more minutes, 2.5. I'm going to sit here, meditate, and think. I'm going to try to do what I can with what I got left. Like I said, I gashed my finger open. That wasn't smart. All my sugar's gone. That's not smart. I like sugar. And like right now, I'm just trying to make it. They keep telling me things are coming for me. Hate crime is present. I'm scared of that. Like I said, I already visioned my first million. And I mean, that's important to my heart. That's important to my life because I built that. I did this. My parents didn't leave me nothing. My grandparents didn't leave me nothing. Well, I'm not going to say my grandparents didn't leave me nothing because Duke is the reason. I'm changing my name. He's the reason why I'm here today. He kept me safe. He kept me alive. He taught me how to survive in this war. Grady taught me how to be a good man. Duke taught me he left me an inheritance. He showed me the way. He showed me how to be a man. He showed me what a man does and how to love his family. God bless y'all. Thank you, God, for giving me the time to just reflect on my thoughts. Like I hear voices, not really voices, people. And it's not people, it's spirits. But like I said, I'm in control of everything I am. I have a lot of self-control. I'm not a fucking weirdo. Dealing with mental, I shouldn't say issues, because I am dealing with some mental health problems, but medicine can't help me. Only I can help me deal with this. Like I said, when I fell out that roof, I slipped into a coma, and my life ain't never been the same. It wasn't the same before that, just because how far advanced I was in my thought life and my spiritualhood, and how lazy my mother was. It's crazy. How easy it is for me to have the mind of Christ, for you to be able to teach me something, and if it's useful, and if I can do it, I can use it, I'll do it. Some things weren't easy. Some things I had to practice to get good at. And I think that's the story of life. Shoot, I didn't even think I could preach when I first stepped into the church. I told y'all I had one of my servants while I was a shaking joker. I had a speech impediment. I was scared to talk. I'm like, man, this is scary. But then I went to college and I learned speech classes, and I spent a lot of time talking to myself and talking to the mirror just so I could get ready to be Bishop Brett. And the Bible already tells me that You don't want to jump into a bishophood at 24, 25 years old. That's too early. You want to actually grow a lot and mature as a Christian before you become the leader and the head of a church. Build your own church. God, I love you. Friends and family, I love you if I have any. This world, he says, so God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, Jesus Christ, that whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I love people that aren't trying to perish. They want to survive through this and into a future. Because he says there is a future and there is justice to those that want to believe in our laws, in Jesus Christ and our God. Hey, y'all have a blessed day. It's Thursday. I wanted to talk to y'all about Youth Thursday because that's what I call it. But I don't know. I went another way about it. I'll be back on Sunday. You know I will. I might even come back before then. But I'm preaching out of Philippians on Sunday. I got 1st and 2nd Timothy out the way. I'm gonna go to Philippians. I got Ephesians, 1st and 2nd Timothy. I'm gonna go to Philippians. I think I'm gonna go to Galatians and Colossians after that. Then I'm gonna go to 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. I just feel like the Spirit's calling me. I'm not going to Corinthians because that's probably gonna be a whole fucking month of. There's some long books, B. I gotta knock out these short books first. 1st and 2nd Corinthians long. I don't have that much time in a sermon to do that. I'm gonna have to break those up in a couple months. At least 2 weeks for each of them. I don't know. I say that about Timothy's too. I told you I was gonna do 1st and 2nd Timothy on in 1 week. That didn't happen. I broke it up into 2. Like I said, God loves us. Jesus loves us. They want us to have peace amongst each other. They don't want us to kill ourselves. Only time will tell what's gonna happen.